Well, welcome to What's Broken. Here's my latest acquisition slash project. It's about mid-April. I picked it up last night. It's a John Deere 724D, so 7 horsepower, 24-inch wide. I think it was probably made in about maybe 97, 98. I'm not sure. I got to check some of the numbers on that. But it hasn't seen much use from what I can tell, or it's been well cared for. The very little rust, paint's in super good shape. The blades are still yellow. Bit of the backstory on it. This came from the guy I got it off of. He got it from his neighbor. They sort of shared it, and his neighbor moved. And he went to start it, and it was having some issues, so he put a new carburetor on it. And if I recall what he said correctly, it fired up, and then it over revved, and then it quit, and it's never run since. My first initial, so you can pull it over with no compression. Doesn't sound like any knocking. And you know, on the back side, this is a Tecumseh 195 or 196 cc 7 horse. You know, normally if your connecting rod lets loose, it would maybe punch a bit of a hole or crack it back here. That's not the case. The other thing I was thinking is it might be maybe a blown head gasket from it over revving, or maybe something to do with the valves. Not sure yet. So I think what I'll do to begin with is go get some tools and pop the motor off, and then we'll get into it and sort of see what the issue is. And sort of as a backup plan, I grabbed I was over at Princess Auto, and they had these Power Fist 212 7.5 horsepower, 212 cc's, so a little bigger. I think the other one's 196 cc and 7 horsepower, but these are on sale. There was one left in the city, and they were 80 bucks off, so I think it was 160 or 170 dollars. They're a Honda clone, and for what I'll use it for, it'll be more than adequate. Don't know if I need it yet. I'll do a bit of a teardown on the other one and see why it failed or why it won't start. I think the easiest way to do this is get the motor off the unit and get it up on the bench where I can sort of check it out in detail. I'm also thinking, given that he fired it up and he said it took off running and then quit, thinking perhaps it might be maybe he dropped a valve. Well, that's out of the way. Oh good, I think these mounting bolts are spot welded on the bottom side. Makes it a lot easier to uninstall. Those magnets do come in handy. Just get the two on the back side and then I can pop this pulley cover off and hopefully loosen the belt off and lift the motor out. Not sure if I lost any footage. I got the cover off. There's a little wear hole through it. Belt looks to be in good shape. I think I just need to get this little belt guide off out of the way. And then I should be able to get the motor out. That's a 13, also known as a 1/2 inch. Okay, where did I put that magnet? There it is. Just pop this back in so I don't lose it. There's one belt. And if I back this other one, I think I can pull this other one back far enough to release the tension. Slide this under enough. pry on it. A hair. This one's really close to coming off. Oh, come on. Oh, so close. Oh, there we go. There. I'll figure out how to put it back on later. The mounting area where where the motor was sitting, just want to check it for any fatigue cracks, because that'll sometimes happen. Well, this looks to be in beautiful shape, so it probably hasn't seen a whole lot of use, judging by the paint and that there's no fatigue. The little belt looks to be in good shape. So this will be the drive belt for the transmission, and this will be the drive belt for the auger. I think the first thing I might do is just roll it over and see if the piston goes up and down. The plug looks like it was burning okay. Looks like it's gapped about right. Let's see what happens when we do this. Yeah, piston feels like it's going up and down. Well, that's a good sign. I want to pop this off and just see what the valves look like. That's the top two, but it looks like there's two more under here. Two little guys. There we go. Yeah, I think I found the problem. The little spring cap on the valve is no longer there. And it looks like there might be some... Let me get this out of the way. Looks like there might be some mangled up metal. I wonder if it's magnetic. Everything else is going to be. There we go. Well, it appears that when the engine took off, they weren't sure if there was a governor issue or not. But the little spring keeper, it let go. Doesn't appear to be any pieces missing, so that's good. Well, I think I'll pick this up over at the garage, the other garage. I think I might go into this a little further. First I'll make sure I can, because it's so old, apparently some of the Tecumseh stuff may not be supported up here in Canada. I'm not 100% sure on that. But make sure I can get some gaskets and whatnot, and maybe pop the head off, just have a look at the piston and cylinder, that kind of stuff. So I think to start I'll get the oil out of it. The whole thing's turning. Need to put a little backup on that. Oh. There's a little pin of some sort that that came out of something. It was sitting inside this little drain plug cap. And there's another fleck of something. I'll just set the little pieces off to the side for now. Oh, more pieces. Well, might be more than just a valve issue. Good thing I picked up that other motor. I'll get the oil drained and then we'll take this apart and do a bit of an autopsy on it. I don't know how well it shows up, but there's lots of metallic in the oil. And I also found some little, I think they're plastic, some kind of composite non-metallic material, maybe gears off the teeth off the governor or part of the governor. I'll start pulling all the tins and parts off this. Get everything loosened. The noise in the background's the propane heater. It's about -2 or 3 today. It's supposed to get a little warmer. And within 2 days we'll be into double digits, so I'll figure out how to get this gas tank off so I can drain it. Looks like there might be 2 bolts under here. So far this thing seems to be in standard or imperial units. Here's one. I'm going to try getting the gas hose off and just shut the propane heater off in case the this little shut-off valve doesn't work. Not seeing how this side of the gas tank comes off. Well, it slid forward a bit. So maybe once I get that hose loosened, it'll slide out this way. Yeah, it looks like the gas valve held. Oh yeah, it just slid into a bit of a keyway. And maybe I'll pop the recoil off. I'd like to, if this is fixable and within reason price-wise, I would like to put the original motor back on. Yeah, one little one there. This might have to come out as well. Imagine this is where the starter, if one puts it on, engages. And what do I have to disconnect here? I'll have to look at a schematic. I did download a PDF manual that covers quite an array of these Tecumseh motors, so maybe there's something in there. There's a kill switch. It's got to be Just break that. Might have broke that kill switch contact. And the primer bulb's off. Okay. I think I'll pull the muffler off and then the manifold with the carburetor. And then we can get into the guts of it. And I just noticed something on the motor that may not allow me to use that replacement motor. I'll show you in a minute. This one's got two pulleys on the front, or two shivs. That one to drive the transmission and this one to drive the auger. I don't think the replacement has that. It's like 3/8. I'll have to find an Allen key to remove this governor arm. Well, maybe not. There. Yeah, that's a brand new carburetor. So far, two of them are the same length. 3 are the same. So that one's a long one. And is this going to fit? It is not. See if I got a skinny. I can get this out of the way, this valve assembly. What do I need there? Probably a 7/16. Yeah. I don't know if those are Allen keys or not. Ah, yes they are. Or Allen bolts. Wonder if that other push rod fell down inside. I don't see the top of it. Okay, and that one's the same length. Pop these back in so I don't lose them. Well, it didn't drop the valve from the looks of it onto the piston. Maybe just. Looks like it just touched it. And yes, the other push rod fell through. I didn't have the camera on, but I just loosened off the set screws on these two pulleys. Well, it was nice. They didn't put up too much of a fight. Get the keyway out of there. Come on. we go. Well, I found where the little composite pieces came from, and that little rivet pin. So yeah, it looks like the governor let loose. There's one tappet. Piece of the governor wedged in there. Well, there's the other ear off the governor. Well, those appear to be in pretty good shape. I'm glad it wasn't the connecting rod that let loose. Let's have a look at the cylinder. There's no scoring in the cylinder. You can still see a nice crosshatch. There's no ridge built up. I'll clean this up, but it doesn't look like it popped through the top of the piston. Just that, you know, when that valve dropped, it hit it squarely. So that's a positive sign. So yeah, at this point I'd say it was a governor fail. And I need that other spring, valve spring keeper or cap. Okay, well, I'm gonna make up a little shopping list. See if I can find the parts locally. So I cleaned this up just with some WD-40 and a pad. There is a little mark where the valve did contact it, but didn't break anything. Couple little nicks. The camshaft is in good shape, the lobes are good. But you guys might have, some of you might already caught what I missed. This has two drive shafts or whatever coming out, two pulley shafts. This one runs the transmission, this one runs the blower, whereas that Princess Auto motor I picked up only has a single 3/4 diameter shaft coming out, so it won't work anyway. I spun these valves and they don't appear, the exhaust doesn't appear to be bent. Everything seems to be tight, no binding, no catchings. So apparently to get this out. Put it in a vise and then tap. Okay, there's a little washer. Yeah, the vise kind of mangled up the end of it, so I will order a new shaft. The other thing I think while I have it this far apart, I'm going to pull this connecting rod off, and that wasn't all that tight. May as well pop everything out and well, that all feels real good. Doesn't seem to be any gouges or excessive wear. So it's Sunday today. I need to go and order the 3 or 4 parts tomorrow. But I thought I'd pop out the back of this, or the bottom cover. And just have a look at the general condition of everything. I mean, for being 20 years old, there's no rust. The paint's in almost perfect shape. You know, the scraper bar it's a little worn, but it's all even. I just wanted to have a look at let me get a flashlight. a flashlight up there. Yeah, the drive disc is pretty optimum. Not sure how well this shows up, but this drive wheel, if that's what it's called, it's worn at a bit of an angle. I don't know if that's normal or not for these. Yeah, zero rust, zero corrosion. Come up to the shifter here, you know, it operates absolutely smoothly. So again, I don't think this unit has seen much use at all, judging by the condition. Yeah, belts look to be almost brand new or not worn out at all. Now the only little issue, and it's fairly minor, but they must have hit something, you know, maybe a rock or something, and put a little bend in this, so I'm just going to try to bring it back to where it should be. Kind of hard to get the right bite on it. Ah, there we go. I can always take it off and take a hammer to it, but I'll try this for now. Well, that's not looking bad. Or as my favorite YouTube guy would say, that's Musty One. It's not terrible. Ugh. Try and get a little back up on this. Well, it's not perfect, but it's better than it was. Pop this out, just see if any gear oil leaks out. Yeah, it's right to level and it doesn't look bad. Still pretty clear. Okay, well tomorrow I'll order the parts and I suspect they'll be about a week getting in. But for you, we'll see you in a few seconds. So I got the parts ordered. So far the one thing on back order, which apparently holds up the whole parts order, is that little valve spring cap. However, in the meantime, I don't think these really need it because this motor hasn't seen a lot of wear. I figured I'd lap the valves anyway. Don't have a lapping tool. So just a chunk of gas line that fits. Whoop. That should shine them up a bit. Just clean them off a little and then have a look. Well, the seats look good and shiny. There's a nice even ring around that valve. Good, good. I noticed this blow-by tube, really no pressure on it. It's got a crack in it. I think I'll just put some heat shrink over it. And that should fix it up quite nicely. And if it doesn't, I'll get out my wallet. There, that should do it. It's been about 3 weeks since I worked on this last. The parts came in the other day. They all look to be there. So to start assembling it, I think I'll get this governor gear put on first. It's kind of the most critical part of the whole thing. And according to the specs, I want about 0.01 to 0.02 of an inch. I don't know how well this will work. I gotta find something different for this side. Maybe a chunk of hardwood or a piece of brass or copper or something. What I came up with was a chunk of this copper strapping. I just folded it over. I just want something a little softer against this edge so I don't mar it. And I don't have a press, so I'm hoping that this vise will work. Ooh. Maybe I'll put a little bend in this so it hangs. I don't know if that'll help or not. That's going in okay, nice and smooth. I'm using a .015 gauge. That's right in between what they call for, so as long as nothing gets bent or broken. I think I'm going to call that good right there. Perfect, I hope. And this little spool should just pop on. And it does. Okay, so the timing marks are lined up. Pop this into place. Got the little washer on the on that shaft. I'm at a loss for words. Make sure that's lubed up. Governor's pushed, or governor linkage is pushed forward. Maybe I'll goop up the inside of this too. That gasket is popped out of place. There we go.